end of your mat. Make sure that you've got your feet slightly separated, and in fact, take them slightly wider apart than you normally do. Just lift your chin so that you're looking forward towards the horizon. Take a moment to roll the shoulders back and around a few times. And then just allow yourself to settle, soften your knees slightly. Keep looking forward, but start to swing your arms. And starting just very gently. Feeling that little twist through the shoulders, a little bit of a rotation through the spine. And then let's start to add the rotation of the pelvis, and maybe you can feel that you're rolling slightly over your feet. And then you can either keep looking forward, especially if you have a tendency to get dizzy, or you can start looking behind you. So it's just a gentle way to start building up a little bit of the energy in your body. And then bring your gaze back to the front if you were looking behind you, and start to let it get a little bit smaller, and then just let your arms hang. And stay here for a moment, closing your eyes. Nice easy breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And take a moment to really feel your feet rooting you, and feel that spiraling energy coming all the way up through your legs, up your spine, out through the crown of your head. Take a moment to step back and observe yourself for a moment. Observing how your physical body feels today. Observing your energetic body, how you feel this morning. And then just taking one more deep breath in. Exhale, side out. Open your eyes and just bring yourself into a clear, calm space. Ready to start with a roll down. On your exhale, look down towards your feet and just letting your body melt forward. Keep your knees a little bit soft. Find the weight of your crown, find the weight of your arms, and just come as low down into that stretch as it feels good for you. And then maybe just rock a little bit forwards and backwards on the feet. Keep it really small because you don't want to fall over, obviously. And then center yourself over your feet. Take a little breath in. And then exhale, back up you come. Pressing into your feet, unraveling through the spine, coming all the way up. Just focus your eye line for a moment, and once again, roll the shoulders back and around. Feel that squeeze of the scapula behind you. And then letting yourself settle. Taking both arms up. Breathe in. Reach up. Touching the tips of the fingers. And exhale. Open your arms nice and wide. Now keep your knees just a little bit bent. And you're going to bring your right arm, just resting it on top of your head. And then keeping the knees soft as you start your gentle trampolining over towards the right. So we're starting with the lower body. And then when you're ready, if you're ready, you start to add the upper body. So we're getting through that whole lateral line. And then when you're ready, and if you want to add to the tensioning, remember that you can stretch the arm. We're going to take two more. One more. Now reach over, hold it here, letting your arms swing out and hold. And again. Just let the weight of your arms swing like a pendulum. Bend the elbow if you need to. Make it smaller if you need to. One more time, up you come. And just let your arm relax. Close your eyes for a moment. Stepping back and observing yourself. Observing the right side of your physical body. And noticing if there is any ripple effect to your energy. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth and sigh. Blink your eyes open. And this time you're going to take the left hand, just rest it on top of your head. Remember to keep the knees soft. And now starting with the lower body. Soft, easy movement out towards the side. And then when and if you're ready, you start to add the upper body. Feel that release traveling up towards the sides of the ribs. And then if you want to add tensioning, you add that stretch of the arm. Stay with your breath. One more, and holding it here. And opening the arm and a little swing. And again. Two more. One more. And all the way up you come. And pause. Close your eyes for a moment. Stay as you are. And again, just observing the left side of your body. Noticing your energy, if there's any shift that's taking place. Deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth and sigh. Blink your eyes open. Let's go into a second roll down. Expand. And then nod your chin and just let your body fold over. So you're just allowing yourself to move gently against the force of gravity. Staying at the bottom for a moment, and once again, just shifting body weight a little bit forwards and backwards. Just noticing how it changes the connections to your core and the connections to the back line of your body. And then center yourself. Take another breath in. And exhale, rolling back up. Abdominals connecting. And lifting tall. Roll the shoulders back. Think of opening up across the chest. Creating a little bit of space across the front of your body. And then just allowing the arms to settle. We're going to be bending the knees. It's not a very deep bend. And straightening the knees. If you need to bring the feet closer or wider, or maybe you even need to turn the feet out a little bit based on your alignment, then just allow yourself to do that. Just a gentle bend and straighten. And now we're going to do one more time, bending the knees and stay there. Pick up the right heel and just find a little bit of a stretch on the underside of the foot. And then maybe just roll a little bit inside and a little bit outside. So you're rolling towards the baby toe, towards the big toe. Make sure that your ankles feel okay with this. And then bring yourself center and placing that right heel down. Pick up the left heel, hold it there, and then once again just roll a little bit in and a little bit out. And a lot of the time we get very stiff around the knuckles of the toes, and especially anybody who has bunions, for example, this can be quite sore. But it's really about releasing all the fascia around those joints. And come back to the center, place the heel down, and let's do some tiny little bounces. So we've got quite a thick strip of fascia, which is the Achilles tendon. So that is connective tissue, and it's quite dense and rubbery. I mean, it works all the time because of walking, moving, especially anybody who runs a lot. So doing this little bit of a trampolining action around the back of the leg, Achilles and calf muscles, we start to train a little bit of elasticity into the Achilles right here. And then let yourself straighten both your knees. We're going to take a breath in, find a little bit of space. Exhale as you nod your chin, and let's start to roll forward. Find the weight of your arms, find the weight of your head, all the way over you go. And now this time, I want you to see if you can lift up your toes and just tuck the fingers underneath. And then lift up the other toes and tuck the fingers underneath. It doesn't have to be too far under. And we're just going to bend and straighten the knees here. So with your hands under your feet, you may not be able to straighten your legs, and that doesn't matter. I just want you to work to your range. Let's just take a few more. Last one. And then bend your knees, snap your fingers out, and then start to walk yourself all the way down. Coming onto all fours. And then center yourself. Find your placement above your wrists. Find your placement with your hips above your knees. Let's move into a cat stretch. Start rounding the spine up. And then start lengthening the spine and moving towards extension. And you might want to start nice and small, especially since these are some of the first extension exercises that we've done today. So we're just starting to find the mobility through the spine. So this is lovely prep work for any back extension that we might do. And let's just take a few more. And one more time, round your spine like a cat, hold it here, move your hips halfway back, stay here for a moment, and if you want to, you can add your little trampoline. So remember now that this is starting to bring a little bit of elasticity, some release around the sacrum and the lower back. So if you need to move your hips lower, if you need to bring your hips up, just feel it out for yourself. Notice where you need to take your body to find the release. And then come all the way up and lengthen out through the spine. Tuck your toes under. Let's go into a little bit of stability work. Spread your fingers out, middle finger pointing forward. Long spine, and see if you can just lift your knees up. And we're just going to stay here right now. We're not going to do anything crazy. I want you to close your eyes or to soften your gaze. And notice, where is this registering for you? Is it more a feeling of stretching? Maybe you're feeling a stretch around your wrists or a stretch around your feet. Is it more a feeling of work? And if it is work, where are you feeling that work? Stay here for another 3 counts. Keep breathing. Open your eyes. Release down. And relaxing the feet all the way out. Taking your left arm, reach it out to the side. And coming into your first thread, the needle. And remember, you can place a pillow under your head or shoulder if you need. We're going to stay here for a moment. Just make yourself settle. Make sure that your head is supported. And then we're going to keep the hand as it is today. And we're going to add just a gentle push with the hand as if you're going to roll onto your back. And then release. Little push. And release. And so effectively what we're doing is we're keeping the arm and the shoulder blade still. And by pushing with the right hand gently on the floor and releasing, we're actually rolling the rib cage in relationship to that left shoulder. Where is this registering for you? Let's take one more. Come back to the center. Push into that right hand. All the way up you come. Reach the left arm out. And placing the hand down. Center yourself. Right arm extends. Coming into your thread the needle. Giving yourself as much support and props as you need. Pause here for a moment. Make sure that your head is supported. Don't leave your head hanging in the air. And then you're going to do that gentle push with the left hand and release. Guys, it is so small. It's very possible that if I was watching you, I might not even see anything moving. And let's just take a few more. Rolling the rib cage. Noticing how it feels on this right side. And pause. Push into the left hand, reaching the right arm all the way out. And then bringing that hand all the way in again. Tucking your toes under. Spread your fingers out. We're going to hover the knees up once again. Lifting up. And now start shifting body weights forwards and backwards. So you start moving shoulders past the fingertips and hips past the heels. You're trying to stay quite low to the ground. And start to notice once again where this is registering for you. Does it feel more of a stretch or does it feel more like work? Keep breathing. And then say to yourself, hold it, and releasing the knees down. Relax the feet all the way out. Stretching the right leg back. Pick up the right leg and just hold it in the air for a moment. Long line through the crown of your head and back through the foot. Round your spine like a cat and bring your nose towards your knee. Lengthen and extend. And again, round the spine. Feel how the abdominals lift underneath you. And then feel how the back line of the body connects. We're going to do a few more. And when you stretch your leg back, why don't you try going into a little bit of extension? So you might be able to lift your leg up a little higher. Lift your heart. Lift your gaze. But you always want to make sure that your lower back feels okay. And now, on this next one, round, and see if you can step your foot, your right foot, in between your hands, and then maybe you need to wiggle the toes a little bit. Come up onto the tips of the fingers. Give yourself padding underneath the left knee if you need. And let's just start gliding backwards and forwards. Just an easy movement. You don't have to straighten the knee. Just feel it out. And now on this last one, move your hips back and hold it here. I want you to keep that front knee a little bit bent. You can move your hands if you need to and lift your toes up to the sky. Take a moment to stay here. See if you can drop the right hip down slightly and see if you can lengthen your spine so your shoulders come away from your ears. And now, little bit of windscreen wiper action with the front foot, allowing internal, external rotation of the hip, coming into that little hamstring glide that we all love. Keep lengthening. Keep dropping the right side of the pelvis down. Come back to center. Hold it. Place the toes down. And then just walk your fingertips just a little bit forward. Now, abdominals connected and push up onto the tips of the fingers. Get those abs connected and see if you can just reach your hands a little bit forward. Maybe you need to put your hands down, which is fine. Turn the palms to face each other. And maybe you can bring your arms up so that you're framing your ears. You're welcome to put your hands on your knee if you need. Now start lifting your hands up and let your eye line and your spine follow. We hold it here. Let's bring the arms down. Breathe in. Keep the eye line up, chest up. And exhale just the arms. That's it. And breathe in. At any point, if you feel that your back is taking strain, then bring your pelvis back slightly. Keep the lower abs connected. Last two. So the shape that my body is making right here might be quite different from yours, and that's fine. Hold it. Now, abs connected. Start hinging forward. Abs. Start bringing the arms down. Abs. Place the fingertips to the ground. And then you can place all the fingertips down, tuck the back toe, and lift up the back knee. Now, placing the hands flat to the ground, can you step the right leg back and make a plank pose? Holding it here. Energy through the fingertips. And start just shifting a little bit forwards and backwards on the feet. Noticing, does it feel more like a stretch or more like work for you? Saying to yourself, bring one knee in, bring the other knee in, open your knees, let's sit back for a moment into a resting position and just pause. Do whatever feels good with your hands today. Allow your breath to slow down. Noticing the right side of your body, noticing the left side of your body. And on your next breath, spread the hands out. Draw yourself up onto all fours. Once again, setting yourself up. Taking the left leg back. Lifting the leg up, keeping the pelvis level. We round the spine, bring knee to nose. And extend long. Round the spine, feel the belly lift. And extend. Start to move a little bit into extension as your leg goes back. Be mindful of how your spine feels. And now on this next one, round, and then step your foot through between your hands. Make as many adjustments as you need. Come up onto the tips of the fingers, and then start to glide forwards and backwards. So again, if you need any kind of padding underneath that knee, feel free to give it to yourself so it feels good. And let's just take one more. Bringing your hips back, and you hold it here. Soften the front knee. Lift the toes up. Move your hands if you need to. And then just allow your left hip to come down slightly. Lengthen your spine so you can feel your heart lifting and your shoulder blades pulling down. And then let's go into our little windscreen wipers. Lovely hamstring glide. And my left side definitely feels stickier. Notice on your own body, how does it feel? And then bring yourself to center, placing the toes down, and then walking yourself all the way forward. So I like to come quite deep into the hip here. If that doesn't feel good for you, bring it back. Press up onto the tips of the fingers. Connect your abs, and then just see, can you lift your hands up? Maybe not. Start bringing them up a little bit higher and turn the palms to face each other. You're welcome to put your hands on your knee. See if you can lift your arms up so you are framing your ears. And then lift your hands up to the sky and just let the rest of your body follow. Focus your gaze to the front. Now just the arms come down and up. And feeling that opening and that release along that front right hip. Taking just a few more rounds. One more. Bringing the hands up, hold it. Core connection, start hinging forward. Core connection, start bringing the hands down. Keep the core, and now put your fingertips to the ground. Tuck the back toes and lift that knee up. If you've got a cushion there, you might want to step it to the side. And now push your hands flat to the ground and step left leg back. Find that long straight line of the body. Stay for a few more seconds. And then bring one knee in, bring the other knee in, open your knees, sit back, and coming once again into your resting position. My goodness, I'm actually getting warm enough.
Oh, sweating. In the sun.
You're getting a suntan. So just allowing yourself to pause. And these little breaks in the middle of class and in between each movement, I think are so important because it gives us a chance to integrate and assimilate our breath with our movement. It gives us a chance to just notice the shift that is taking place. Just let your breathing slow down. And then spread your fingers out. Draw yourself up onto all fours. Nice long spine. And we're going to take the right leg, extend it back, lift that right leg up, hold it there, now flex the foot. Sweep the leg around to the right side, placing the toe down and then rolling the foot flat. Now let's go into a little bit of a cat stretch here. Round and lengthen. And again, round and lengthen. And I find for myself that when I come into that lengthened spine and I have a chance to extend, it's the most wonderful release for my right inner thigh here. Lengthen. Now hold it there. Move your hips back to a point where you feel a nice release. And let's do some baby trampolining here. Find the rhythm. Find the pace that feels good for you. Find the range. Where do you need to take your hips to find the release? And then stay back there. Let's do one more cat stretch and push up onto the tips of the fingers. Roll your fingers on the mat towards you as you come all the way upright and spread your wings out nice and wide. Right hand to the side of the leg, left hand up. Let's do a little stretch over. Now hold it there and let's add our trampolining. Do you need to think more of going up, or do you need to think more of going over? What resonates for you right now? One more. Hold it here. Let's open the arm to the side and swing. And again. One more. All the way up. And spread your wings wide. Turn the palms of your hands up and glide your body over towards the left this time. That's it. And come back to the center. And over to the left. And center. One more time. Glide. Come center. Hold it. Bring your hands up. Turn the palms forward. Round the spine and cascade over. No collapsing. Place fingertips, walk yourself out, lengthen the spine, lift the right leg, and sweep to the back, and bring the knee in. Extend the left leg, lift it up, and flex the foot. Circle your leg around to the left, place your foot down and roll the foot flat. Once you've got the right position for your hip, let's round the spine, cat stretch. And lengthen. around. Keep moving with your breath. Make any adjustments that you need to. One more time. Lengthen your spine. Hold it here. Move back until you feel a little bit of a stretch where it feels good. And let's add gentle elasticity work. You don't have to move at the same pace that I am, or the same range. If it helps you to close your eyes to really feel it, then feel free to close your eyes. Stay back, round your spine and push up onto the tips of your fingers. Slide your fingers in towards you, roll up, and spread your wings. Left hand onto the leg. Right hand up, lean over, that's it, so you can go towards the window there, and then we add our little release. And again, do you need to focus on going to the side more, or do you need to focus on going up more? 2 more, and hold it, open your arm and do a little circle, and again. Little circle. 1 more. All the way up. Turn the palms up. And we slide over towards the right. So go the other way. That's it. So that's going to connect core and come back to the center. Perfect. And center 1 more time. Slide. Come center. Hold it. Bring the hands up. Turn the palms forward. Round the spine and cascade over. Light on the fingertips. Walk the hands forward. Lengthen out your spine. Lift your leg up. Sweep into the back. And bring your knee in. Open your knees. Sit back. And taking a moment to pause. So if you like, you can bring your hands around to hold on to the heels of your feet. And just almost give a little pull with the arms to, you might find it increases the curve in your back a little bit. Maybe lightens the load, resting on your head. Staying here for just a few more moments. And then holding onto your feet, just start to roll yourself upright into the sitting position and lifting up nice and tall. That's it. Now, you're going to bring your right leg. So I'm going to do mirror image for you guys. Bring your right leg out and then bring your left foot just into the front like this. You're going to have that right leg bent. Put your hand onto the left ankle, put your hand to the inside of the knee, and you're going to slide your right foot along the floor and just let your body lean with it a little bit. And again, slide out. And we're just going to do 2 more. 1 more time. Now see if you can straighten the knee or not. You stay where it is. And then just rest your elbow onto your knee. Make a little fist. And just rest the side of your head. And then you can stay here. Or if you want to add a bit of weight to it, you take your left hand and you rest it on top of your head. And at any point, if you need to bend that right knee again, then you bend that knee, no big deal. You need to put your hand on your ankle, you put your hand on your ankle. We stay here for a moment in this lateral flexion of the spine. And then wherever you are, slowly bring yourself out, bringing yourself upright, and coming all the way up. Switch to the other side. So now you're going to have your right foot bent in front of you. You're going to have your left hand on the inside of your knee. And now slide your foot out along the floor and just let your body travel with it. But what I want you to be aware of is that you're not going to lift up the other bum. You still need to keep both your bum cheeks down. Let's do 2 more. 1 more time. And now you're going to slide into the position that feels good for you. So you can bend this knee if you need to. And you're going to rest your elbow to your thigh. And then let your head rest on your fist, or you can open up your hand if that feels better for you. And you can stay here. You can bend the knee. And if you want to add some weight to it, now you take your right hand and just rest it on top of your head. So you are in a lateral flexion of the spine. Now be aware how tempting it is to close your chest. I want you to lengthen your spine and open up across the heart. And if that means you've got to bend the knee to do that or bring the arm down, then that's what you do. Keeping that space along your spine as much as you can. Take a little breath in. And then wherever you are, bring yourself out slowly, coming upright. And now you're going to have both your heels on the ground, hands to the insides of your knees. And now see if you can slide both legs out. You might find you tip forward a little bit. And then bend the knees. And again. And bend. 2 more times. And bend. 1 more time. Settle where it feels comfortable for you. And then place your hands on the fingertips behind your back and lift yourself up as straight as you can. Now, if that's where you need to be to keep that length of your spine, then keep your hands there. If you can keep the length of your spine and bring your hands to your temple, then you come here. If not, put your hands back. Let's do a little lean over to one side. Doesn't matter which side you go. And come back up. A little lean to the side. And come back up. Keep your heart open. Keep your spine lengthened so this isn't happening. You're not folding in on yourself. And if your hands are behind you, this is what you're doing here. Finding mobility through the spine, lateral movement, and start to explore your range. Maybe you can bring the elbow down to the thigh, or maybe you're one of those people that can bring your elbow down to the floor on the inside of the knee. We're going to do 1 more time. Come back to the center. And now place your hands behind your knees. Lean back a little bit so you can bend the knees. Pick the feet up. Tuck yourself into a little tight ball shape. Move your hands to the front of your shins and close your eyes as you balance here. Taking a nice easy breath in and out. And then exhale, placing your feet to the ground. I'm going to turn sideways, so I'm sitting lengthways on my mat. I want you to extend the left leg out. Bring the right foot up and over. Flex those left toes. Right hand behind your back so you can prop up. Lengthen up through the spine. And then start moving into that gentle twist. Pressing out of the arm. And then just allowing the gentle rotation of your spine. Remember, the most twisting that you get in your back is around your neck. The least twisting that you get in your back is your lumbar spine. So don't force the lumbar spine anywhere it doesn't want to go. Take a little breath in. And then exhale, release. Come all the way back to the center. Put your hands behind you as if you're sitting on the beach. Let your right knee open out to the side, and then bend the left knee so your left foot is on the ground, and then push yourself up so you're sitting up nice and tall. So now, if you're very flexible, you can bring your foot closer to your bum or your hands closer to your bum, and then we're going to start a little bit of a rocking from side to side. So this now is getting around the deep hip muscles. Keeping that length of the spine. our gluteal stretch that we all know. It's just that we're adding a little bit of a gliding action to help us with the connective tissue, with the fascia, to help it get unstuck maybe. And release. Slide the left leg out, unfold that right leg, and give your knees just a little bit of a shake. And now, step your left foot up and over. Next to the right toes. Left hand behind your back, find space, reach up, and then it's coming into a gentle twist.
Oh.
Nice one, hey?
Oh.
Keeping that height of the spine, and just remind yourself, where does the rotation come from in our spines? It's so tempting to overdo the twisting in the lower back. Just be gentle with yourself and make sure that you've got your right and your left bum cheek as anchored as possible on the ground. And if you're really tight, you might just need to sit on a cushion, right? Take a breath in, and then exhale and release. Come back to center, and you're going to just bring that left knee out, sit back, on the beach you go, and then pick up that right foot. Find the position that feels good for you, and then let's add that little rock from side to side. Little bit of a release, piriformis, all that connective tissue around the hip joint. Few more moments. And center yourself, sliding the right leg out, sliding the left leg out, and once again, give those legs a little bit of a shake. Nicely done. So you're going to bend the knees, come and sit a little bit closer towards the front edge of your mat. Let's do one roll down onto our back. So on your breath, curl the tail under, find the control. If you need to use your hands to help you, then do so. Just let your hands float all the way up towards the sky, and then bring your feet a little bit closer in towards you. Let's open the arms to the side, breathing in. And then exhale, bringing the arms up. And again, inhale. And just observing how it feels for you this morning, finding the weight of your head, feeling the points of contact along the back of your body. Last one. Open the arms. And just bringing the hands all the way up for a moment. Now, bring the hands down beside you. Roll onto your left side. And you're going to just bend the right hand into your lower back. If that feels like a strong stretch, then you stay there. But otherwise, see if you can just walk your hand up a little bit higher between the shoulder blades and then roll onto your back again. So you're actually pinning your hand underneath you and your shoulder is in internal rotation. Make sure that it's not hurting you. A stretch is good, hurting is no. And I know some of you do have shoulder issues, so please don't force this. Put your left hand onto your belly and then just close your eyes or soften your gaze. And literally all we're going to do is breathe. And as you breathe and relax a little deeper into the stretch, I'm always amazed to notice that I'm holding tension I wasn't even aware of. Just notice the places where you can soften. No forcing. Just notice how, as you breathe and release, that you might actually be able to shift your body position slightly. Maybe you're able to move your hand or your body weight a little bit more. And just taking one more breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then take your time as you release this. So that means you're going to roll slowly to your left side, releasing the right hand out, and then roll onto your back. And what I like to do here is just pause in the middle with my palms facing upwards, eyes closed. And then again, it's that opportunity to observe. Notice the shift in your physical body, and notice any corresponding or ripple effect into your energy with that release. And when you're ready, open your eyes. You're going to roll now onto the right side, and you're going to place the left hand first into your lower back so you can check out how it feels. And if you want to, you can start wiggling it up a little higher, and then roll onto your back slowly. Take your time so that your hand is pinned underneath you. And then when you feel settled, put your right hand onto your belly. Close your eyes. And just allow yourself to release and make any adjustments that you need. So we are in internal shoulder rotation. So this is rotator cuff. This is also our chest muscle, the pectoralis major. And it's also a muscle that comes from the back of our body called the latissimus dorsi. It's a big back muscle, but it actually connects onto the inside of the arm bone. So if any or maybe all of those muscles are tight, you might feel quite a strong stretch. Stay with your breath. Feeling the gentle release as you just soften and give into gravity. And taking one more deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh. And when you come out of this, remember to take your time, rolling slowly, moving gently, sliding your hand out. Make your way slowly onto your back, still keeping the knees bent, turning the palms so that they're facing upwards, eyes closed. And taking a moment here to integrate that release. And the shoulders are a very vulnerable area for a lot of us. So there's the saying, I think everybody knows, if you carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, we hold a lot of that stress and worry around the neck and shoulders. And this is just a lovely way to start to release it. And then with your eyes closed, just start to rock your head gently from side to side. You can start quite small, and then maybe take the movement a little bit bigger. But at no point do you want to feel that you're forcing the movement. Just keep it slow, keep it easy. And then bringing your head back to the center. You can open your eyes, decide if you want to keep the palms up or turn the palms down. We're going to be going up into a pelvic curl, so rooting into your feet. On your breath, start tilting your hips, rolling up into a shoulder bridge position, and then pause at the top for a moment. I want you to really feel that you are engaging the underside of your body, that you're softening and releasing the top side of your body, and then work your way down through the spine. Consciously, deliberately placing each vertebra And once you settle at the bottom, figure out if you need to move your hands or feet, and let's go up again. Tilting. Rolling up. Pause at the top, engaging the underside, opening the top side, and then melting down. Softening all the way along the throat and the back of the neck, and release. And this is going to be the last one. Rolling your hips up. Wait there for a moment. Just letting the connections and the release register. And then down you go. And releasing at the bottom, extending the legs out. So you can squeeze your legs together or have them slightly apart. Bring your hands next to your thighs today with the palms actually touching the sides of your legs. You can point the toes or flex, up to you. Now we're going to roll up into a sitting position. Lift your head and look where you're going. Use your breath out as you slide your hands down the sides of your legs. And you can come to the knees, you can come to your shins, you can come to your ankles. Wherever feels good for you, take a breath in. And then roll back down. Slide your hands along the sides of your legs. So you might notice it actually feels a little easier simply because you've moved the lever closer to the midline of your body. Let's go again. Lift your head and breathe. So now we are engaging the front line and we are releasing the back line. Stay here for a moment. Feel where it's registering for you. And then take yourself back down. Sliding your hands along your leg. Guys, remember that you can put a little towel underneath your lower back if it's going to help you. And let's do one more time. Lifting your head. And exhale. Long stretch over. Take a breath in. And then exhale. Roll yourself all the way up into sitting and lifting tall. So you can come back on your mat if your feet have moved off your mat a little bit. Separate your feet to the width of the mat. Pull the flesh of your bum out the back or sit on a cushion if you need. And you can bend your knees as well if you need to. Arms are going to come out. Imagine that your spine is up against a wall. So you're lengthening up through the crown of your head. On your breath, let your head come forward and imagine that you're going to peel your spine away from that wall behind you. And then keeping your fingers, your hands above your toes, so you're not collapsing in on yourself. How far do you feel that you can go? Take a little breath in, and then exhale. Unravel, coming all the way up, and lifting nice and tall. And we go again. Nod your chin, peeling forward. So in some sense, the roll up that we just did was almost a preparation for this. Take a little breath in and exhale, roll back up because now we're taking ourselves into a deeper flexion of the spine. One more time. Nod your chin, curl forward. Now I want you to stay here. Depending on where your hands are, I want you to either loop them over your toes like this, or if you're not quite there, then put your hands on your shins like this. And now I want you to lengthen your spine, using your arms to help yourself. So you're almost hinging forward, but now with a flat spine. Lift your eye line, lift your heart and shoulders away from the ears. Now stay as you are, bend the knees if you need to, and see if you can let go with the arms. Turn the palms to face each other. Are you able to bring the arms up a little higher? A little higher. Keep leaning forward with your body. Bring the arms up a little higher. And a little higher. Beautiful. Oh, feel those back muscles working. How about some gentle trampolining here? Moving the arms, lifting the heart, reaching the tail. 2 more. 1 more. And then forward they come, round over. Oh, and that is such a good stretch. Now hold on to your feet or your ankles and round your spine and almost pull back into it so you really get a lovely release along the back. Keep the abs connected. And then just soften, let go, and just almost let your body flop over. Shake your head, no, 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 no. Nod your head, yes, 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 yes. And then unravel your spine and coming all the way up to sit up nice and tall. It's a major one to activate the back of the body, hey? So, swinging your legs around, coming onto all fours. So from here, get yourself into a happy place with your wrists and your knees. Let's just round the spine. Stay here. Tuck your toes under. Stay here. Lift your knees off the ground. Stay here. Move your hips back. Stay here. And then lift your hips up and just allow your spine to lengthen as it wants to. And maybe just do a little bit of a wiggle from side to side, keeping the knees bent. And then center yourself on your hands and let's just pedal the heels. And then push both heels down. Decide if you're going to have your leg bent or straight. Taking a few breaths here, just letting your body settle. And then soften your knees, walk your feet halfway forward. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. Go on your fingertips if you need. And then just hang there for a moment. Soften your knees slightly. Holding one hand to the opposite elbow. Other hand to the other elbow. And just give a little bit of weight to it. If that feels too unstable, put your hands back on the floor. Yeah? And then decide if you want to straighten the knees or not. And just getting that gentle tractioning of the spine. Soften your knees, let go of your arms, and then slowly roll your way all the way up into standing. Take a moment to focus your eye line, rolling the shoulders back and around, making sure that you have your balance, and just allowing your arms to settle. Place your hands onto the shelf of your hip for a moment. Soften the knees. I'm just going to turn to face you so you can see what I'm doing here as well. So you're going to be standing a little bit towards the left leg, and you're just going to pick up the right heel, and then do a little spring and place it down. And right foot. So it's about working through the foot. And again, a lot of the time we do release work for the fascia in the foot, but we can also train elasticity into all that connective tissue. 2 more. And placing it down. Bring your body weight onto your right leg, and now you're going to do a little spring. So it's not even lifting the knee up so high, because that kind of makes it a hip flexor movement. It's about the foot. About work through the foot. To any of you from a dance background, you know how important this warm-up is for any of your classes. 1 more time, and release. Take a look down, big toes in line, arms nice and soft. Close your eyes, just taking a moment to let your body assimilate all the information that you've given it. Feeling each breath as it moves through your body. Taking a lovely deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Opening your eyes, blinking. Taking both arms all the way up. We inhale. And we exhale, open the arms, clearing some space for the rest of your day. And we just get to roll the shoulders back and around. Fabulous. How do you feel? I know, it always does.